Ah, yeah, Kiss. I was made for loving you. What do you do when you want to rock and roll all night? But Kiss, well, I don't think they tour Australia that often. Why not just go and see the next best thing? And of course, that could be Newcastle's very own Kiss tribute band, KISStory. They bring Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss to life, complete with jumpsuits and painted faces to pubs and venues across Australia. I've got half of KISStory here with me, rockers Wayne Willoughby and Lee Roth, here in the studio this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
How you going?
Good.
Yeah, Feels good to get that, to listen to that Kiss song and pump you up in the morning.
Oh, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
Hey, Lee, can you tell me about how KISStory came about? This has been a few years now.
I don't know. I wasn't there from the beginning, so I came in. I've been there for how many years now? 3, 4,
You've
5,
been in
3
since 2012.
Have you been there from the beginning?
From the beginning, I was there.
And so, what was it that? How did you fall into this? Did you fall into it, or
in a manner of speaking, I've done shows in the past, a number of years ago, and then this time round we did it a bit more bigger scale with better players, and it's just a point of going out there and doing a show where you aren't yourself and you can be somebody else and the crowd responds in kind.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
And were you a musician previously in other bands
yes,
as well?
Yeah. Played in covers bands for years. So.
And you've always loved Kiss? Was Kiss an obvious choice?
It was for me, yeah, definitely. I've been a fan since I was 15, 14. So a number of years.
Now, we had a text from a listener before, Paul, saying that he cut his teeth in covers bands, but in the end he got out and it was soul-destroying. How's that different moving from a cover band to a tribute band?
A covers band, you tend to be the furniture in the corner, playing the music for the people that might be there. A tribute show, people are coming to see you by their own admission, that they're coming because you're there, not because you might be there. So you got a fan base more so than just people coming by and maybe enjoying what you're doing. This is a guaranteed audience who are going to love what you're doing. So that's the difference massively, because you're more accepted as the artist and it's appreciated.
So it's a lot more rewarding as a musician than an artist.
Definitely.
Do you reckon you get the same kick out of it as Gene Simmons might?
Not the money side of it. But I guess the enjoyment side, yeah, it's a bit of a head spin, because at the end of the show, we tend to do photograph sessions for up to 45 minutes with people.
Wow.
And they think you're the real deal, which is kind of crazy, but...
I did have a guy in Sydney tell us that he was there in 1980 and saw us in 1980 at the SCG.
Really?
It's like, that wasn't us.
Yeah, we weren't at the SCG, mate.
Yeah.
You didn't pick an easy band to be a tribute act for, because of course you've got to wear all the gear and all the makeup. Is that a task? Is it a chore, or is that a great thing? Do you love that part of it?
It's good fun. It takes a long time. It's almost as long as the show.
Really?
Ready for the show, and even the setup, the stage that's hours. So again, with a covers band, you show up half hour before you start, and you're home an hour after you finish. So, but with this, it's a full day. It's 6-7 hours before we start.
Yeah, 6-7 hours before we start. We're loading the PA in, all the effects, the lighted signs.
Wow.
Setting up, and then you go get ready for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. 2-hour show. Then you got to pack it all down again and leave. So it's almost 12-hour day as opposed to 3 in a covers band.
So covers band, you're more in and out, but
Yeah.
with the tribute band, you've really got to go the whole hog. Now the characters in Kiss, they're very well defined characters.
Yep.
Do you bring your own performance style to these characters, or do you try and enter the mode of the Kiss members?
With a tribute show, you basically have to try and bring the essence of who you're trying to portray to the stage. You've got fans who can be a bit over the top, and they expect to be exactly the same. And you try and do the best you can to do that. May not always work, but you try your best. It's a hard. You try and bring a bit of yourself, I guess, because it's like a stage performance, like doing a stage show. where you're portraying an actor, you're being an actor on stage. So it's a bit of both, but more so you tend to watch the videos of the band, their mannerisms, the way they speak, even how they walk, I guess.
Really, it's that fine a detail. Who's Gene Simmons?
In our band,
Yeah.
His name's Tony Hanna.
He's not here today.
He's only just joined. He's just joined the band.
Does he do the tongue waggling and everything?
He's in the process of learning to do that.
It's an acquired skill.
The blood
And the blood, yeah.
Can't do the fire because of all the OHS rules now. But
Oh, really?
There's restrictions now with that, yeah.
And how do people react to the band when you play? What's the reception like usually?
it's great.
It's great, yeah.
Again, because people that are there because they're KISS fans usually. So, they no one's yelling out for us to play K-San, which is the bonus.
Yeah, that's the bane of every covers band's existence, isn't it? The yobbo in the front yelling out what you should and shouldn't be
That old
playing.
brown-eyed girl.
Yeah. Angels.
Angels, yeah.
Well, can we hear some live music from you?
Sure.
yeah.
Excellent. You guys prep up. It's Wayne Willoughby and Lee Roth. They're here in the studio with me on a Friday afternoon for live music. They've brought in the guitars to play. They're part of KISStory, a local KISS tribute band. Take it away, guys.
I just can't pretend no more. I keep running out of lies. Loving you is killing me inside. Every time I find the words to end it, something in your eyes won't let it. Shandi, tonight let's last us forever. Forever. We say goodnight and go home. But you know me very well, and I know you. You can tell me goodnight. Say goodnight. We've been holding on so tight, we're afraid to let it go. Shake it loose, we both could use the ride. Here's another mess I got myself in. When you touch me, you ain't helping. Shandi, tonight let's last us forever. Forever. We say goodnight and go home. But you know me very well, and I know you. You can tell me goodnight. Say goodnight. Say goodnight when we should say goodbye. Shandi, tonight must last us forever. Forever. We say goodnight and go home. Shandi, Shandi, tonight must last us forever.
Well done. We've got some people clapping in the studio in the production booth there. Wayne Willoughby and Lee Roth. That's just half of KISStory, a local KISS tribute band. The other half couldn't make it in. And you're playing on acoustic guitars as well. Is that hard to pull off the KISS sound on a couple of acoustic guitars?
It's not easy. Some stuff lends itself to acoustics, but yeah, it's usually full blown electric, big.
Blow your
drums
hair
and-
back,
yeah.
blow your ears off kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And what is it difficult? Is Kiss music difficult to play? What are your favourite tracks to play?
The difficulty of it isn't apparent. It sounds easy, but when you go into it to learn them for a tribute show, you suddenly realise there's a lot more nuances and stuff in it that you didn't really pick up.
Really? Because you have to have it spot on, don't you?
Pretty
you get
much,
the
yeah.
critics.
There's people out there that know exactly what notes played, what costume you're wearing, what guitar you're playing,
Really?
what era it belongs to. You could walk out with a guitar and they go, I know that guitar from that period. And
Oh.
if you don't match it,
And I'm left-handed, so I even get grief for being left-handed.
Oh, come on.
yeah, Lee's left-handed, so
Seriously. Yep. We've had Facebook comments and that
yeah.
saying Ace wasn't left-handed. So
Oh my, come on! You've got to, you're not. It's suspending yourself in disbelief, guys. Come on. They were one of the best-selling bands of all time. Sold 100 million records. There's so much Kiss merchandise out
Oh,
there.
it's crazy.
Kiss dolls, Kiss towels. Are you guys a collector of any of that stuff?
Not so much nowadays. I collect guitars. It's kind of like an obsession. But beyond that, just the DVDs, the CDs that have come out. Nothing else other than that. I don't know. About.
yeah, I've got bits and pieces of stuff.
Mm.
Mostly
Have you ever met them? Have you ever met Kiss?
I met one. I met Paul Stanley.
Really?
Yeah, outside the Crown Plaza in Newcastle.
Did you know how did that come about?
I just went back there after the show and
Because they played here last year, in October
and
last
I
year.
thought there'll be thousands of screaming people there, and there was 3 people waiting. So he got out of the car and got to say hello.
And did you tell him? Did you tell him what
Yeah.
about KISStory?
Yeah. So he said, "Good, maybe one day you'll replace me."
And it's funny because Lee met him after the show for free. Myself and partner paid the meet and greet fee to go and meet the band earlier that day. So I'd paid a lot of money, and he got to meet him free. Like,
So
you know?
tip for young players: just hang outside their hotel
So
accommodation.
yeah, stalk.
Yeah, right. Now you haven't played the size of crowd that Kiss might have played, but you have had some big crowds. Tell us about City to Surf.
We played City to Surf in 2013, I think it was. Yeah, it would have been 2013. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, 2013 in the August. We got the gig through an agent in town here, so we had to be down there at 5:30 in the morning. We both had played gigs prior with covers bands, so we hadn't slept. We kind of finished the gig, drove to the drummer's place, loaded the van up, drove down, got there at 5:30 to load in. I go upstairs to check out where the stage is, which was on an awning outside of the Golden Sheaf Hotel,
Yes.
which I think is the halfway mark of the
That's
run.
actually one of the main spots too, isn't it?
I
The
think so,
Sheaf is
yeah.
a bit of a stop for those who want to stop and have a beer.
I think so. So I've walked up there by myself, and on the window that led out to the stage was a sign, and it said, "Do not place more than one article of equipment at a time on ledge, as it will not support the weight."
That's going to be tough.
That's what I'm thinking. So I've come back
5 people,
downstairs.
Drum kit and amps and PA.
I've come downstairs and told the guys, we've gone up, I said, just read the sign. So basically what it meant was there was a path that led to the stage, which was reinforced by those what are
Skinny
they
little
called?
poles.
Yeah, skinny little
Scaffolding.
poles, scaffolding beneath
Mhm.
it. So so 8:30 in the morning, we're out there in a bit of a nippy sort of weather in spandex
Mm-hmm.
and playing to 80,000 people as they ran past.
With no sleep, but 80,000 people nonetheless.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't all stop, but we had a fair percentage got to stop and clap and sing along, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, when are you playing next? When's your next gig?
We've been on a bit of a hiatus, getting a new bass player into the band. We played, last gig was back in November, down in Sydney at Mounties. Next gigs will be this next half of the year. We've got a few in the works locally and up the coast. So if you check our webpage, which is KISStory, the Australian Kiss Tribute Show.com.au, or Facebook, the same address. The dates we put up as we get them, but at this stage will be July, August will be our next gigs.
Fantastic, guys. I wish you all the best of luck with those shows. Maybe we'll try and get along and check them out. Wayne Willoughby, Lee Roth, KISStory, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.